Waiting for A1. Waiting for A1. Okay. Let's see if I can figure that out. Hey, you need to leave. Go. Close. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think I have it. I think we're ready. Let's see if you guys can hear me. So that's going to be the test, right? Oh my God, Angela, you're there. Can you hear me? Hopefully you can hear me. That's the test. Oh my goodness. And we're 1 minute early. I bought dog bones so I can kick the dogs out in just a second. So give me a thumbs up or just a comment if you can hear me. And I have my spreadsheet here. Oh my God, I can't even believe it. I'm elated, right? This is the first time I've been on time with everyone hearing everything. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, apologies that you didn't get everything until late because it's just hard to find the time to do everything. And yay! This is the agenda, and I made little pictures for you and everything. So let me see if I can zoom in for you. Here we go. This is what we're going to work on. First thing we're going to do is we're going to do, I know, I'm like in disbelief. All right, I feel like I can pinch myself. So we are going to do filler blocks first. And that way they're just all done for every section. I did do a little video. I know you got everything so late. Yesterday was one of those days where everything went wrong. Seems like I have a lot of those lately. But now everything is going to go right. So I don't know if we'll need that. I thought we would start with, oh wait, I don't have to pull it up there. I thought we would start right here with filler block, where we're going to do hooping number 1. So this was what I sent out last night. And when I see Graydon this week, she'll put it up on the website. So you'll be able to find it there. But hooping 1, we're going to do it in the 7x12. I just kept my piece of muslin that I'm going to be using. And here are all our pieces. And I did do some piecing last night because, quite honestly, I just looked at it and went, no, I'm not doing that. Because they wanted you to piece this in the hoop. And I did a video. The only thing you really have to do is this center piece, you got to cut it down to 2.5 inches. Because right now, when you look at that filler block, it's just so much easier, I think, to just sew those 3 pieces together and do your piece block. And I sent a note to Myra, and I was like, do you think you could do instructions for traditional piecing as well as in the hoop piecing? Because some of you love to piece in the hoop. I like to piece in the hoop. But for stuff like this, it seems like so much easier for me to just piece it, and then we're going to just treat it like a regular filler block. So I did piece these. You've got to keep in mind the middle pieces have to be 3.5 by 2.5. So what I did was I kept them 3.5 this way. I cut it down to 2.5 this way because our end block is going to be 6.5 inches. 2, 2, 2, 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch on each side for the seam allowance. So that's what these two should look like. They should look like this. If you're going to, I just pieced them just like normally, regular style. Okay. So I did do a video. So if you get confused, and I think I did write it in, did I write it in the spreadsheet? But so those are the piece filler blocks. And then these are all the rest of the filler blocks, 1 through 6. That's what we're going to start with. And I went through last night on the machine, and I figured out all the different hoopings. So like what made for me the most sense with my hoops, that might not make the most sense for you. So you can just use whatever hoops you want to use. But this is what I'm going to be using for my hoopings. Okay. And this is on the back side. I did a second spreadsheet that was just for today, and I sent that out last night. And if you didn't get it and you need that stuff, it will be posted on the website, but not till Wednesday, because Graydon doesn't come until Wednesday, and she's the only one that knows how to put everything up. So just be patient. You can always email me and I can send it to you, but I really want to wean you guys off of emailing me, because it takes up a lot of my day sending out spreadsheets. That's why we're going to work hard to put them up on the website. Alrighty. Let's go ahead. We're going to start with this one. So I'm going to hoop up in my 7x12. Here it is. If you don't have this hoop, don't worry about it, but you might want to get it. I've just been using the magnetic hoops as much as possible. And where did I put my nice chunky piece of muslin that I just cut? Here we go. Let me grab and I got some emails. So this one, you know what I'm thinking? I think I'm going to alternate. Like I'll do scan and cut, and then I'll do traditional way. I'll do scan and cut, because not everyone has a scan and cut. Not everyone plans on getting a scan and cut. I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided, but I did cut everything out on the scan and cut last night. If you have not cut your pieces out yet, and you are doing it on the scan and cut, and you are doing heat and bond light, and you are doing it on your low tack mat, word of advice, you have got to, the reason I'm giving you this word of advice is because I did not get mine completely adhered, and some of it stuck to my mat, and it was a brand new mat, and I was like super sad about it because it's really hard to get off. How do you avoid that? You can always go fabric side down, but I like putting my heat and bond light down. I like that. I feel like it's like the perfect amount of stick for your heat and bond light when it is adhered properly. If it is not adhered properly, it's going to pull off onto your mat. I can't remember who that happened to. And I was like, you got to make sure it's adhered super well. Well, I was experimenting with my heat press. So did you guys see how I used my heat press finally? Michelle's been telling me that's the way to go, that it's so awesome, that the heat press. And of course, I don't like change. I don't like having to learn something new. So I didn't use it. But then I was like, I'm going to try it. Oh, my goodness. Game changer. Game changer. Okay, here we go. I'm in my 7x12. We're going to do this hooping right here. Piece filler block 1. Let's grab the ones that we need. Piece filler block 1 is this one. So we need that with our batting. And here is a picture of all of your... Ooh, am I frozen? Frozen. Do I have to worry if I'm frozen, Patrick? Or do I just wait for it to kick in? Hey, Patrick.
Hang on. Hey, hang on one second. What's up?
I'm frozen. So what do I have to do?
What's frozen?
Oh, like this is frozen. My screen is frozen. This says it's looking for camera. Should I turn camera off and on again? It's just frozen. It's this camera right here.
So switch to the other camera view and see if that switches. And remember, there's latency, so it'll take a couple seconds. And then the internet's been on and off all morning.
So the camera is, and go back. It's still frozen. That camera's not moving.
Well,
it did go there.
All right, so you're not frozen on YouTube. It's the camera.
So what do I do?
So restart the camera, I guess.
Okay. Should I do the other camera?
No, because it switched to that view. I'm about to give these guys their bone, and then I'm gonna get going.
Hang on, I'm just switching over.
I don't know if they can hear you.
Well, Renata says I'm frozen.
So but you're...
But the other cameras are working, Patrick. That's
right, but what I'm saying is you're not frozen because, like, you switch camera views and it switched it there. So Renata may be frozen. It may have nothing to do with you.
No, it's here. It's what they're seeing is frozen. And now I have to completely set up.
Sorry. Yeah, she's doing that. So
sorry, guys. Hang on.
But so it was decent.
Let me get the other one. Maybe we just need the other one, right? Connect. Retry. Yes. Okay, I'm going to turn on another camera. Let's see what we get. You are frozen on the current camera. Yes. I am working. Do you like that? Do you like the rope toy and the tape on the ground? Let me go. I'm going to turn on another one right now and see if I can get this one going. Let's do done. Close. Here. I'm going to put you over here for right now. Let me go. There's my hand, and there's my room, and there's my hand. Okay, I'm going to connect this one and see what we get.
You want a treat?
Okay, we might go with this. See what we get here. Sorry. Angle might just be, and I'm working on the other one, getting that going. So, trying to set that one up, but I just hooked this little itty bitty one up. So we'll just go with that. Let me turn this one off. This is the struggles. All right, we'll just work with this little itty bitty one. Sorry, your angle might be not great. So, oh, I was grabbing all my pieces. So, on this page right here, this is the page that, done. I'm going to get out of here. Close. Let me get to this one. Control image. Here we go. So this one will tell you which block is which block. So for this, we're going to do filler block 3 and 2. So filler block 2 is this one with the flowers. So I'm going to grab that fabric right here. This is filler block 2. And then filler block 3 is this long skinny one. Here's filler block 3. So those are the ones we're going to do along with the pieced one. Did I already grab it? I think this is the one. So that's your first pieced one. And let's go ahead and let's hoop up. Let me make sure I grab the right ones though. I mean, does it really matter? Doesn't really matter that much. So let's come on over to the machine. I already put all my designs in. But how are you guys doing with design database transfer? You guys feeling comfortable with that? And what colors are we using? Colors. So as far as thread colors, we are going to be using, because I do have my little handy dandy thread set right here for, and I do have my sheet. So it looks like filler block, we're doing 2 and 3. So we need raspberry and cloud. So, or it does say raspberry or cobalt. So here's raspberry and cobalt. We'll just grab these for right now. And then it wants cloud. So I'm going to take these 3 over to the machine. And then the other thing it wants is for filler block. Piece filler block 1, pearl. So here's pearl. Okay, so there are my threads. Let's come on over to the machine. There are my fabrics. I feel discombobulated. Okay. I already put everything into the machine. I did design database transfer last night because I wanted it to be nice and smooth for you. Didn't want to be struggling. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. I am just... Although I've been in my sewing room all day, we're going to go embroidery. Why won't it turn on? I'm going to turn it off and back on. If you could see my cords, they're all over the room. And I already have mine saved. If you want to go ahead and start loading your designs, you are going to put in, looks like filler block 1 is going to be Stars 12, the 2x6. That's what you're going to put in for the very first one. And then you're going to do filler block 3. Filler block 3 is going to be Stars 12, 2x6. It's the same one. So we'll load that one in. Loaded my bobbin, changed out my needle, put my foot on. Let's go embroidery. Let's go to the pocket. And these are all the designs. And I did also put them in like that, but I did put them here. And I brought them in via design database transfer. So if you want to go ahead and load it with me right now, first thing I want you to do, choose your hoop size. I always like doing that. I'm going to be doing the 7x12, my favorite. And the very top design, you're going to see right here, the top one is going to be Stars 12, and it's the 2x6. So they're down at the bottom, and I think this one is Stars 12. You can put it in, that 2.5 by 6.5, that is it. Go ahead and set it. You might have to pull it out of, if you have all the designs, you might have to pull it out. But that's the 2x6. I'm going to go edit. I'm going to rotate it. And it doesn't matter, to the right, to the left. And then we're going to go ahead and move it all the way up to the top. But that is important that you put the outline of your hoop, because then you know you're within the frame size that we're using. So I'm just going to go up there. We're going to say, okay, we need that same design, same size. So the easiest way to do that is to just hit your duplicate button. That is going to make a copy. So you're just going to touch that. What I like to do, I don't want to move it with my finger because I might move the one that's underneath it. I'm just going to touch the move keys. I'm going to hit the center button, and then I'm going to scoot it up. That's how I like to do it. Remember, your fabric pieces are a little bit bigger. They go outside of the line. So you might want to, whoops. I was just seeing if the chat was, if I was caught up in the chat. Okay. I see you walking. Okay, so I'm not going to put it super, super close because I want a little room for the fabric where it's not going to be overlapping. Last design, we are doing filler block 2. So there's filler block 2 down at the bottom, and filler block 2, if you look at your sheet or in your book, that's going to be plaid 5, 4x6. Plaid 5, 4x6. So I'm going to go ahead and say okay. I'm going to touch add. Plaid 5, 4x6. It's not the same design. It's the plaid is what you wrote. Did I make a mistake? Hang on. So we are doing, I'm doing filler block 1. I'm doing this one right here. And it is Stars 12 2x6. And then I'm doing filler block 3. So here is filler block 3, which is Stars 12 2x6. And then I'm doing filler block 2. Filler block 2 is plaid 5 4x6. So it's not the same design. So I think everything's right on here. And I think, did I mess up here? I think everything's right here too. Yeah, so I think it's right. So I'm going to go back now. I'm going to go ahead and we are going to put in plaid 5. And it is the 4x6. So let me go ahead and put that in. I'm going to go ahead and set it. I'm going to rotate it, edit. Here's my rotate button, or here says the word rotate. And then I'm going to bring it down. And we are ready for our first grouping. Okay? Let's go ahead and say okay. Now, I like it when you guys correct me too, because, oh my goodness, I make mistakes all day, every day. So let's go embroidery. And we can color group. So you might have to stop it if we're going to change our, you know what? Let's just leave it so we don't have to stop we don't have to stop it ourselves for the thread change. So I think we're good. I'm going to go here where I go forward and backward stitches. So we can see this and we can fast forward if we need to. Remember, we are doing filler blocks. Let's see how my angle is right now. Is that okay? I'm going to slide on my hoop. Here we go. I'll see you later.
I'm driving your car.
Do it. Let me make sure I get you the best angle possible. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in the color that we're going to be using for the quilting. So for the first filler block again, we are using its pieced, and we're going to be using pearl. So let's go ahead and get pearl in. We should be able to see that. A lot of these were colors I didn't have. I didn't have pearl. The pearl's like a nice, it's a little bit darker than linen. So I love it because I love linen. I need this table over here so I have somewhere to put my stuff. And I can see. Okay, placement line first. We're going to be spraying a couple of things. And I am using muslin. You guys know me. I like the muslin. There we go. What are we spraying? All of that. So here's my dime spray tent. You guys know I love this thing. I have some cardboard in it. I'm going to be using KK100. It's my favorite spray. And let's go ahead. Oh, that's the placement for our batting. And then we are also going to do, that's going to be the placement for our batting. We're going to do steps. When you do filler blocks, you are going to do step 1, 3, and then the quilting. And we could skip this step, but let's put it down. So, and we're spraying the wrong side. So I'm going to put that down. I need this one too. Bumpy side down. And bumpy side down. Bumpy side up, because that's going to go down. Now I'm going to go ahead and lay this down. right inside of that stitched square. And then we want our fabric. We're going to center this to that. This is our first piece. So I usually just do a little spritz, like spritz, spritz, spritz. But when I do the filler blocks, I'm a little more generous because I want it to kind of stick down around the edges. So we're going to take this and let's lay it down. And you want to center it. So when we put this down, I'm going to center it, meaning I'm going to put it down like this, and I'm going to flip it back and make sure I have an equal amount left and right. I'm eyeballing. And then I want to flip it back like this and make sure I have an equal amount top and bottom. So maybe I'll nudge it down. But left and right is most important. You don't want it too far to the left or too far to the right. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and push that down. And we're going to do our we're going to do the placement, tack down, and then the quilting. If you want a color you can see, I feel like I'm going to see the pearl because you're going to fussy cut to that. So I'm going to go ahead and slide it on. We're going to skip a couple steps over here. Hopefully we can see that. And I'm going to not do, this is the tack down for the batting. We don't need that. That's placement for the background. We don't need that. But we do want tack down for the background, and then we're going to do the quilting. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm using the same camera for these two, so hopefully you're getting a good view. And then do the quilting. I love filler blocks. I could do filler blocks all day, every day. And then your quilting stitch. And it calls for pearl. I'm just going to start it. We should be good to go. And then we'll do the next one. All day, every day, I could do filler blocks. Filler blocks make me happy. Margaret, I got your note about heat and Bud Light. So hopefully you got my note that said if you're doing just traditional applique where we, I would say just spray. Spray, put it down, trim. Excuse me. Oh my God. You're not even on the right camera. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, did you see? Like, no, you didn't. Okay, this is the disadvantage of having all my cameras. But I laid it down. Here, I'll just pretend. Like, I put this down here. And when I put this down, I folded it back a little bit. Just making sure that I have the, like, an equal amount left and right. You could also, like, put it down like this. Center it to your piece like that. And then put it down. But this, because I made it so big and I did that 3.5 inches, we had so much extra room, which is really, really nice to lay that down. But you want to have an equal amount left and right here. Yes, so a lot of you have asked about that heat press. I've had mine since October because Michelle was like, they're on sale. Yeah, they were on sale, and I was like, I just got it. I didn't even know what I was going to use it for. I got what was I going to say? I got a sublimation machine, which I still haven't used. And, okay, next thing we're going to do, same thing. I'm going to go ahead and do my placement line. I think I already sprayed my batting. And, I didn't have, like, I was really frustrated. I forget what project we did, but I was frustrated with it because I didn't feel like I had a really good bond. And I like worked really hard. Sorry, Momo just walked by. I worked really hard for it to look good and it didn't. So, Michelle had said that you get such an even press with your heat press. And I was like, okay, enough is enough, Jeannie. You're plugging that thing in. You're going to use it. I got online, looked up the instructions. So the one I got is the I'm going to spray this too, and I'm going to put this down. I got the HTV, what was that? The HTV, here, I'm going to spray this. Ront. HTVRONT. And I did get mine on Amazon. We'll work to have an affiliate link. We still don't have one yet. We haven't managed that. But, I wonder, I specially bought this isn't as special, like, you don't have to worry about this as much. You're going to have plenty all the way around. But I'm going to check the sides. I'm going to check the front and the back, and it looks pretty good. So I'm just going to go ahead and press it down. And I love it. I used it today to do my thermal on too. I did not like it for my heat and bond. My heat and bond, I felt like I didn't get it super even, and that was like no fun. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to skip the next step. So we have that step right there. That's going to be the tack down for the batting. And then that's the placement placement for the background. We're going to do the tack down for the background. Let's look at what color it calls for. This one is filler block number 3. And if you look at our handy dandy spreadsheet, it wants cloud. And cloud is that really pretty light blue. So let me grab that. There's cloud. Which one did you get? Yes, that's what I have. The Ront. And have you been using it forever? And I'm the only one that hasn't been using theirs because I was big chicken. Seems like I'm a big chicken for everything. Let's go ahead and change out our thread. I bought both of the dogs special bones just so I could give it to them during the sew-along. And Momo's crying, which makes me think that Poppy has both bones. That's all I can think right now. She stole them both. She's guarding them both. Because did you hear him? He's crying. He's like, Mommy. She took them both. Let's let her up. So we are going to do the tack down. And then we are also going to do the tack down and quilting. But, you know, the other thing is you can also look for those. I did look for those I went to their website and I was like, oh, they do like packages and all sorts of cool stuff. So I would check it out. But I love the heat press. It is amazing. Where's my spatula? You know I love this spatula. How about we use this one today? Okay. And now I'm just going to hit start and let it do the quilting. I'm going to investigate. Here's yours, Momo. Yes, hope everyone's had an absolutely amazing Mother's Day. Cute. what is next? After we do this, then we're going to do the plaid filler block down on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and let's spray. Here's my batting. I think I already sprayed my batting. And here's the fabric. Let's get that little icky thing out of there. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do, I'll just leave that cloud in. I'm gonna do the placement line first. Let's do our placement line. I love filler blocks. Sometimes I skip step 1 for the batting. Sometimes I just go straight to just 3 and 4. And I'll just spray the batting to the middle of the filler block, but I'm just gonna do it right now. Yes, please hit the like button if you guys enjoy these sew-alongs. Nope, I gave you your bone. You need to go and get it from her. I know she's scary. Okay, there's my batting piece down. Now I'm going to put this down. Here's my filler block. And I want to have like an equal amount all the way around. I can feel it. Feels good. This fuzzy stuff here is the edge of the shape flex, so don't worry about that. We're going to skip some steps, okay? So let's go ahead. Let's go to our screen. I'm going to say okay right here. You don't have that. That's like an Avenir thing. This is the tack down for the batting. Skip it. That's the placement stitch for the background. We already put ours down, so skip it. You do want the tack down and you do want the quilting. So I'm going to go ahead and let's do the tack down. And what color does it want? It wants, here's my handy dandy spreadsheet. This is filler block 2, raspberry or cobalt. That's up to you. I'm more of a blue person, although you know this raspberry is like one of my favorite colors ever because it's almost a red or the hottest pink that you could find. I'm going to go cobalt. I'm a blue person. Literally, okay, you know what I'm going to do? Because I think Poppy's taking all the good stuff off of both the bones. He's so scared of her. I'm going to have to put it by me. And slide this on. These slide on pretty well. And here is our tack down. I'm going to stay here for the tack down, just in case. Love my little spatulas. Judica was in our store this weekend, and she and I were talking about how this little screw right there, that black one, has gotten both of us. Because he's moving so fast, this one. And how painful it is. It's so painful. Okay, I'm just going to hit start, and now it's going to do the quilting. And I'm going to go get Momo's bone. That was your brother's. This is your brother's. Go get yours. I love plaid designs. I love when you have something that has like lots of curly curls. I like something really symmetrical. So this looks really good. you like this time, Susan? I worry about my East Coasters being tired. And then it's dinner time, too. Yeah, that guy's gotten you, too. He's painful. Okay, the heat press. I mean, literally, it lived under my table for what, like over 6 months? And it was life-changing. It was life-changing. I love it. And hopefully we'll be able to get it up on our affiliate link at some point. But just buy it. It's that good. It really is that good. Okay, we're done with those. I'm going to go to my 8x12 hoop. So let's go over to this area right here. Oh, look it. The camera decided to work. The one that wasn't working is now working. So I'm going to come over here. And let's see if we could get to a different view. Here we go. Well, look at that. I'm going to go to my 8x12 hoop. Oh, Poppy, leave it. No, that's Momo's. No, no. I guess Momo gets nothing. Poppy just takes it all. So sad, isn't it? When you have like one dog. I mean, he's so much bigger than her. He could really kick her butt. But, I feel bad for him. But what are you going to do? All right. If you get hit by it once, yes, you'll be very careful. Yeah, I haven't pressed my fabric yet. I guess I should do that too. But the SF101, it was just like, it was so even. I think that's the thing that stood out to me the most is because I'll get some spots when I'm doing it. I'll get some spots where, you know, there'll be a bubble there where I can tell it didn't quite work. And then, but with the, with the heat press, it was just perfect. Everything was perfect. I was like, I just could not have been happier. All right, let's hoop up. This is my 8x12 hoop. I needed it a little bit wider. It was a little close at my 7x12. So this is what I'm going to be using. And I'm going to leave these on. You want to have one on. I'm going to cut this one off because you know what? Every once in a while, I forget. And then it wraps around and it gets stitched down. So I'm just going to cut these two top ones off. I just like having the filler blocks done. And plus I love doing filler blocks, so it's kind of enjoyable for me. So I'm going to leave this one on. Let's unroll this a little bit. I'm going to clip it however you want. I mean, for me, I don't care if all I ever did pressed in mine would be shape flex. It's so worth it. But I imagine I'll be pressing other things too. But just to have even shape flex, I know that's a lot to spend on. But I got mine for my sublimation machine. But I've used it for my shape flex. I used it for my Thermalon this morning when I did my prep video for, okay. Spring is in there. I mean, this also works here. So I'm going to need to open that up just a little bit. Oops. Oh my God, Poppy's so mean. She's so cute, but she's so mean. There we go. I'm in. Okay. I'm going to go ahead, pull all the little wrinkles out. Make sure the inner hoop is flush with the outer hoop. If you've ever had your hoop pop up, that's because you weren't flush. And then I'll just give it a little tighten. Oop, that is pretty tight. I'm going to go slide this on my machine. Let's look at what we're stitching. From your handy dandy chart, hooping number 2 is piece block 2. that is this one right here. I'm going to do this one. And then filler block 4 and, oh, look at that. I wrote filter and fillet. Do you like that? I'm just going to leave it. It'll be like a little fun thing. You're going to be like filter and fillet. So it says filter block 4 and fillet block 1. I'm sorry, that cracks me up. I'm not even gonna fix it. Actually, I will, because I don't think I can leave it. That'll drive me crazy. Oh my goodness, that's funny though. Filter box 4 is this one right here. So this one with the stars. And then fillet, and I didn't even pay it spelled out right. Fillet. That one is fillet block 1 is going to be this one right here. So that's what you need for the next hooping. These two. This one and this one. And they're going to go down like this. Huh. I was tired last night when I did this. And I went, Jeannie, finish it. Send it out. They're waiting. So I don't want to disappoint you. So I got it done. But obviously, I think it was spell check. Okay, so I'm going to put these down. Let's take these. We're going to go back over to the machine. I'm going to slide on the hoop. Oh my goodness. And here we go. Filter and yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's load up the next hooping. Here's my spreadsheet. We're going to come on over here. I actually have everything saved in here. I loaded it in so I could take pictures and make those look good for you. I know we're not quite straight. Let me see if I can straighten it up for you. There we go. So I'm going to go home. And let's go embroidery. Pocket. We're doing, oh my God. It should say filler block. All the rest of them are right. That one is not right. That's pretty funny. So I brought it in design database transfer. The first one I have is plaid. No, I'm not getting it for you. You got to get it. This one, I think. Let's go ahead and set it. Edit. Rotate. 90 degrees. Scoot it up. Oh, let's choose the right hoop size too, because it's going to be wider. So it's really important to do that. So we're going to go to the settings button. I'm going to come up here where I can choose my hoop size, and I'm in an 8x12. What if you don't have an 8x12? What if you don't have a 7x12? You just kind of have to work with the hoops that you do have, right? So maybe you just put everything in a 9.5x14 and treat yourself to a new hoop a couple times a year. So I'm going to go ahead and say okay. I'm going to move this one all the way up to the top, but not going outside of my embroidery field. What happens if you go outside of your embroidery field? I'm going to make that go outside my embroidery field. And you're going to go, that looks like it's inside the embroidery field. Let's see what happens. I'm going to add, and I'm going to add filler block 4. And that is going to be, what's on our list here? Filler block 4. Floral 14, 4x8. Floral 14, 4x8. Floral 14, it's this one. And I know because I only put the ones that I was going to be using today. But look for Floral 14, 4x8. Go ahead and set it. And the reason I got this one, I needed that extra room to fit it. Before it was like just like maybe 1/8 of an inch in between the two. So I'm going to go edit, move. I say you move it with your finger for general placement, move it with the arrows for precision. I'm going to just put them all the way down. And then, okay, let's add. The last one we're going to add is from our sheet. And for my layout, this is just what I did. I did fillet block 1. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to go here. And we want the 2x8 block 1. If you look at your handy dandy spreadsheet, sorry the light shines through, is star 11 2x8. Star 11. And this one is star 11. It's so cute. The other one is star 12. This is star 11. So we're going to go edit. These are my move arrows. Either hit the word move or you're going to hit the ones that show where you can move up and down, left and right. General placement with your finger. Exact placement with your arrows. And give it a little space in between. Just like that. Looks good. That's what I'm going to hoop next. But you can do it however you want. I'm going to go ahead and say okay. And let's go embroidery. Uh-oh. It says change to a larger frame. It looks like it fits, but that means one of these is going over the edge of my embroidery field for my 8x12. And I know it's this one right here because I put it one click above. So I'm going to touch that one and I'm just going to go move and I'm going to go one click down because I know I did it one click outside. I'm going to say okay, embroidery, and look, it goes. So just know, even though it doesn't look like even though it looks like it fits, you might have one of your designs one click over your embroidery field. So I have a lot of people that come in and they're like, it's a 5x7 design, but it's not fitting in my 5x7 hoop. But they have it like way up in the top right corner. So you always want to select your hoop size, and that will put your embroidery field on there, and you know how much room you have to play with. Okay, we are good. I'm going to go down here where you can go forward and backward stitches. Why don't we go ahead and let's color group this time. And what you could do is you could change the quilting stitch for each one. What are we doing? We are doing rock navy. We are doing, because this is 1, 4, and 2. We're doing rock navy, raspberry, and pearl or magic mint. Every single one of these is a different color. So what can you do so you don't have to stop? I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to hit return. And I'm going to change my quilting color to a different color for each one. So we'll leave this one teal green. This one, I'm going to change my teal green to a different color. I'm just picking anything. Doesn't make a difference. I'm going to do pink. And then I'm going to close that one up. Or let me go down to the last one. This one, for the teal green there, I'll just change it to yellow. Okay? Now the quilting's different for each one. I did teal green, whatever that pink was, a yellow. Now it's going to stop when it gets to that, even though I color group. The program colors that have that like green for all of them, I changed all of them. So now it'll stop. I'm going to go embroidery. I'm going to go layout. And here is my color grouping. And so now it will do all my placement lines. It'll do all my tack downs, and then it'll do the quilting. I see placement, tack down for 2. Not quite sure. We'll just go with it. Okay? I think we're good. I'm going to just leave that color that I have in. I'm going to go right here where it goes forwards and backwards stitches. That's going to be the placement for the batting. It is doing 2. I'm not quite sure why, but it won't let you ruin the integrity of the design. Placement stitch. Let's go. I'm going to come over here and we're going to do some spraying. Poor Momo. He doesn't get anything. Hang on. I'm going to try and save him one more time. Oh, she's got both. Momo, go get it. Okay, there is batting bumpy side up. Make sure he doesn't hit that. Batting bumpy side up. Batting bumpy side up. Let's give those all a little shot of spray. Now we'll do all of these. Okay, let's go ahead and place. I just can't save him. Maybe I should put him in their crates, huh? And then he could have his special treat all to himself. Okay. I lay this one down first. I'm going to back this up just a bit so I can... How's that? Can you guys still see? Hopefully. And this one. You know what? I'll let him go outside with his. Okay, now I'm going to put my fabric down on top of them. Make sure they're kind of centered. You don't want it. Oh, she's evil. I'm going to feel for it too, just to make sure it's pretty centered. Feels good. I'm going to put down this one. And I like to fold it back, and I like to fold it back this way. I'm going to bring it down just a tiny bit. And the last piece. Let's go ahead and put this one down. Okay, this one you want to have pretty centered. This is a tight fit over here. I'm going to put it down. It's about 1/2 inch left and right, top and bottom, doesn't matter any as much. So it'll, there we go. And we should be good. So let's go ahead and let's, oh, that's a tight fit. When you slide that in, you want to hold this. And some of them, I mean, they're the manufacturer ones. That's what we sell, but some of them are just have a tight fit. Okay, I'm almost laying down over here now. He needs his mommy. We're going to skip all of this orange. All of these oranges are the tack down for your batting. 2, 3. The next is the placement stitch for your background. We're going to skip all 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. And I have cobalt in there, which is not going to show on one of these fabrics. And it looks like it's not going to stop. I'm just going to put in, the pearl. Let me change out my thread really quickly. Changing out my thread. Here we go. I'm changing it. Have not been looking at comments. Poor Momo. Sorry. Hang on. Let's shut the door. Somebody's out there. Did you know in my neighborhood, nobody's allowed to be at their house without being alerted? Okay, we do need to do this. This is going to be the placement, and I think we're good. I am doing that pearl. I know it's not like the most standout color, but it'll work on all of these. And let's go ahead and stitch it down. I'm going to have my little handy dandy spatula ready just in case it wants to flip anything on me. There's plenty of room with this fabric, which is really nice. What's wrong with Momo? Momo was given a really beautiful beef knuckle treat, and Poppy took it. And then I keep giving it back to him, and then he keeps looking at her and not taking it. So what's wrong with Momo is Momo could easily take it from her, but he refuses. So Momo doesn't get to have a treat. Because his sister's a bully. She'll fight him for it. Yeah, Poppy stole his bone. He just looks at it longingly. So these used to be, like the stitching on this used to be right around the edge, but I like how they've given you just a little bit more. So now it's stitches, so that's why the cuts are a little bit bigger. Oh my God, Deb, I don't think there's anything left to learn, right? Okay, now it's stopping because I changed the colors of the quilting. You know how it comes up? It comes up with that teal green. But I changed it. So now we'll stop in between because for me, I get distracted. And next thing you know, I'm like not paying attention. And then it is, it's stitching where I don't want it to be stitching, what I don't want it to be stitching. So the very top one is our piece block 2, Pearl or Magic Mint. I'm going to go Magic Mint. Let's go Magic Mint. FMV is $6 a square foot. What's FMV? FMV. I want to buy something $6 square inch or square foot. What's SMV? What is PGE? Yeah, what's PGE? I'm so bad with acronyms. I never know. Like yesterday, Kai wrote in his thing, OTW. And I had to be like, OTW, OTW. On the way. Like I can figure it out, but it doesn't come easy. None of that comes easy to me. Okay, I'm looking. I'm looking at what you're writing. Oh, got it. Yes, I should do that, right? I was going to put one of them outside. Okay, when it goes to do the stitching on the red one, I'll do that. So with the red one, the color it recommends, that one is filler block. See, here's your handy, that's the filter block. Filter block 4 is raspberry. So let me get my raspberry. When it starts stitching that, I will go ahead and put one of them outside so they can have a treat in peace. Let me go ahead and rehoop. Changing out my thread. I'm so glad we're stitching together. Joyce, did you get the video we filmed for you? I filmed it, well, and do you think I should I didn't put it up because Michelle and I were kind of figuring it out together. So when I did update 1.07 with my Avenir, it got rid of the connection between my Scan and Cut and my Avenir. Of course, I panicked because that's what I do. And I got scared because that's who I am. And, oh, wait a minute. That's what it is. It is it looks like the plaid is 2 colors because I just looked at my screen and it's showing a second color. And that's why. Got it. Okay. So I just changed out my thread to do this filler block. But it showed me this, which means that it wasn't that it was giving you a choice. it was telling you that it was 2 colors. So the plaids are 2 colors. So I'm going to go back to this. It says pearl. It's not pearl or magic mint. It's pearl, then magic mint. So I already did the magic mint, so I'm going to throw in the pearl because I don't think it really makes a difference. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to put in my pearl right now. And, you know, quite honestly, you could put in whatever color you want. Those are suggestions. Kind of like the speed limit in my neighborhood. I shouldn't tell you that, right? I told my kid, I was like, that's a suggestion, kids. For you, that for me, it's a suggestion. For you, it's how you should be driving. Okay, here we go. So you need to, it's 2 colors for this quilting. Love that. Love it, love it. So magic mint, and you probably, it was pearl and then magic mint, but I put in my magic mint first because I thought it was giving me a choice. No. And then raspberry for the one with the stars. I'm going to let the dogs in and let them out. There you are. Here, Bubba. Yours? Nope, you can't have both. Go. Go. Okay. Poppy's out. Momo's in. Okay, let's put in raspberry. Let's see if he can figure it out. She's outside. She's outside glaring at him through it because she's probably like, oh, you touch that. When I come in, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. That's what she's saying with her eyes. I'm going to get you when I come in if you touch that. I think I have to bring it over here out of her view. Okay. Now we are doing the quilting on the star. Raspberry. Here we go. After we do these 2, we have 2 left, and we will be done with our filler blocks. What are we going to do after our filler blocks? After our filler blocks, we're going to get into section 1. Whatever we don't get done today is going to be your homework. You need to have it done. I want all of section 1 done, pieced together too. So we're going to do stars and florals from section 1. That's going to be next. I'm going to grab that. Stars and florals. And we can get hooped up and ready for, let's get hooped up and ready for the next 2 filler blocks. Multitasking is what we do. Okay, I'm going to grab my 5x7 hoop. Why can't I be neater? I want to be neat. That looks too that's it. Okay, I'll just use it. This looks like, oh, you know what? This is cut for my, I'm gonna, here, watch that. I'm gonna go and get skinnier stuff, 9 inches. Oh, there's a bumblebee. You would think it'd be easier for me to find a 9-inch strip. Looks like I have to cut some. That's why I'm not finding it. All right. So I love that because I'm walking around the room right now. If I had not, if I hadn't, whatchamacallit, changed the colors, then it wouldn't have stopped for me. But I changed it, and I'm not even putting in yellow. I just put that into a color so it would be different from the previous one. And I need, for the last filler block, and that one is the tall and skinny one right here. That is Filet Block 1. Rock Navy. Rock Navy is a new color for me. So let's go ahead and put in Rock Navy. When you get a ticket, then you will wish we're doing the speed limit. I don't go that fast. I go like 5 miles over. But I'd like to joke with the kids and just tell them those are suggestions for me. Because I'm such an experienced driver. I'm so talented, like Mario Andretti. Is that right? Did I say his name right? I don't even know. Okay. Patrick is at the eye doctor right now, where they're telling him that he's Benjamin Button and his eyes just continue to get better and better. We are done with those. Let's go ahead and hoop. I'm going to come over here. I cut a 9-inch strip. I like the 9-inch for the 5-inch hoop. And I'm going to go ahead and put this down. And we are going to do the last two. Who's, should I know, is Purnell, is that somebody who races cars? Here we go. And we're going to do this in 2 hoopings. I used to be a bit of a speed demon. And now I still drive, I wouldn't say I drive slow, but I wouldn't say I drive like crazy fast anymore. But I do, like, if the weather's bad, I'm the slowest person on the street. Because I'm scared of ice. I'm scared of water on the roads. I'm scared of everything. I think I'm traumatized from my Honda Civic, my first car, that would like hydroplane on everything and anything. So now I'm just scared that I'm going to be that my tires are not going to be making contact with the road. Okay. First design. Going to put it up here, I think, on our sheet. What do I have? Oh, let's find it first. So here's my hooping. Last two designs we have are going to be these two right here. So we have the this floral, pretty floral, and this pretty plaid. And what colors do we need for these two? So it's filler block 5 and 6. So 5 and 6, we need cobalt. I already have that over there. And bubble gum. And where it says bubble gum or raspberry, what we now have learned is we are going to need bubble gum and raspberry. So I will fix that sheet as well. And for this hooping, I'm doing the bigger block first. For this hooping, let me go ahead and slide this off. And when I slide it off, I hold this as well. So I hold the side thing so that doesn't come forward or go back. If at any point the machine is on and you move this sidearm, just assume you've knocked the machine off calibration. Even with these, I hold this. You've knocked it off calibration. If ever everything's stitching beautifully and then next thing you know, you're 1 inch too high or 1 inch too low, most of the time you've just knocked your machine off calibration. It is not a big deal. You're going to turn your machine off and back on again and it will calibrate and you will be right where you need to be. All right, let's choose our design. Can you see that? I think you can. Let me grab. Yeah, there we go. You can see it. I don't know if you can see the very bottom. Back you up a little bit. I'm going to say okay. Oh, it wants me to change to a larger frame because the big design is still up here. So what do? You just go ahead and grab this and just slide it off. Okay? And now we can go back over here. And I am going to go ahead and say okay now. I'm going to go home to clear my screen. And we are putting in filler block 5. Filler block 5, stars 12, 4x6. Stars 12, 4x6. Stars 12, 4x6. Stars. This one right here. And I only put in the 4x6. So I'm going to go ahead and set it. Let's choose our hoop size. We're using the 5x7 now. So if I do this, here's my 5x7 design, and I do this, guess what? He is outside of my embroidery field, and that's why you get that message. Whoops. Sorry. Hang on. Let me go back to where I'm there. So I'm going to go ahead and put my 5x7 design hoop outline. And look how far outside. This is my embroidery field right here. That's why you're getting that message that tells you to go to a bigger hoop, because you're outside of your embroidery field. The embroidery field's always going to be in the center. Even though he's up here, he's 5x7, he's outside of your embroidery field. I'm going to go, oops, I didn't want to do that. I'm going to go edit, my move keys, and this center will center it. And I could save a little bit. I'm just going to nudge him all the way up to the top of that embroidery field. There we go. So I saved like an inch. I'd rather save an inch than none. So I'm going to go embroidery. I'm going to go to this button right here where I can go forward and backward stitches. I have rock navy in there. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it like that. And let's put on the hoop and let's get stitching. Go ahead and slide this on. And I'm going to go ahead and let's do our placement line for the batting. Here we go. We'll spray the rest of this. Bumpy side up. Bumpy side up. I'm going to snug this back into my spray tent a little more. Can you even see that? I don't even know if you can see that. Okay, let's give this all a little shot of spray. All right, let's go ahead, batting. Let's put that down. Then we're going to skip some steps. You always want the less bumpy side up. And then we're going to go ahead and put our fabric down on top of it. Da-da-da-dun, dun-dun. Feel around. Make sure that you have an edge all the way around. And then what color are we supposed to do? Because we want, remember, you want a color that you can see. Which block is this? I've already forgotten. Filler block 5. And filler block 5 wants cobalt. I don't think I'll be able to see cobalt that great. So I'm going to put in raspberry. Oh, that's like my biggest fear. Well, you guys know I'm filled with fear. But one of my fears is like, what if I would die if I ever hit somebody? And I don't know if you've ever had like somebody in your blind spot. I'm super careful because I'm scared of that. Okay, we're going to do the tack down. You got to skip some steps here. So when you go to your screen, we are going to skip this one. That is the tack down for our batting. Placement stitch for our background. Tack down for our background. So we are going to do 1, 3, and 4. Normally we do we do 1? That's what we normally do, huh? But sometimes I will skip number 1. But I'm doing them for this. All right, here we go. I'm going to have this right here, making sure that my fabric is staying down and my fingers are not getting in the way. Spatula. I was just talking to a gal in the store about on her multi-needle how she reached in and the needle got her and then she pulled away and then the needle broke into pieces in her finger. Oh, okay. For quilting, it calls for cobalt, right? This is filler block 5. Yes, cobalt. So you have rock navy and you have cobalt, which is kind of like the dustier of the blues. Let's put that in. And this one is Stars 12. So now I have to go and change all of the ones that are with the plaid and make sure I don't put or, but I put and. Well, I don't know if we've had any quilting that's been 2 colors, have we? This is 3 minutes of stitching. Stitch away. And for the next one, we will rehoop. It's going to be the 4x4 plaid, bubblegum, and raspberry. Have those pulled aside. We're going to use the same hoop. We're just going to advance it a little bit. And, but I think I am ready to, no, because the other one's going to go into the same 5x7 hoops. I'm just going to wait. Looking cute. I hear you, LaDonna. It is kind of a weird location. So, okay, what blocks are we doing? So, Stars and Florals. Page 11. Stars and Florals. And I think that's just a block with, I don't think there's any applique or anything. It's just stitching. Stars and Florals. So this is the block we're going to be doing. This one right here. Stars and Florals. So I'm going to grab that from my pile. It's so exciting. Summer cherries, patriotic, applique, blue petals. Oh, I think I only pulled out my applique blocks. Hang on. Let's go over. Let me grab my other pouches. All right, we're going to rehoop. Let's come on over here. I'm just making messes everywhere. We're going to rehoop here. My fabric's already sprayed and ready to go. We're going to do the plaid, but we need to move this up. I found my Stars and Floral pouch. How about I tidy up for 1 second before I go crazy. Okay. We're just going to advance this up. Hot line just to turn them in. There are some, Patrick and I were driving to work one day, and I have never, I can't even believe we were in an accident. We had a car that was passing us and just went into our lane, but there must have been like an inch in between our bumpers. It was like so scary. Scary, scary, scary. I think about my kids. You know how scary it is to have kids driving. Like, I think once you have kids, you always live in fear. I'm forever in fear. And when they drive home from Salt Lake, I'm always scared. I'm scared until they make it home. And I hate having, when they're driving together. I want them to drive together, but I'm always scared. Love these hoops. Okay, we're going to put the plaid one. Where did you get those pouches? So I got these on Amazon. Someday we'll add them onto, we started an affiliate page, but we've added nothing. But I love these. So send me an email and I'll send you the link. But I put my main stuff goes into this part of the pouch, and then my applique pieces or whatever embellishments I put into the front part. And then it has this really nice little ribbon handle, and I hang them up on my pegboard, or I have slot wall, so I hang them up there. So let's go back to the machine. I'm going to slide this on. Make sure this piece doesn't curl under. Just put him up. And now let's go ahead and load our design. Which one are we doing? Where's my spreadsheet? This is our last hooping. So we're doing filler block, not fillet and not filter. Filler block 6. And our design is plaid 4x4. Plaid 5 4x4. So let's come on over here. And I'm going to go okay. And we are going to go home to clear our screen. And I'm going embroidery. And this is just me. This is the order I put everything in. You can do it any way you want. So, plaid 5. And it's a square. And it's plaid. And I only put the ones that I was going to be using today, so I know it's this one. You can check your size. It's 4.5 by 4.5. That is the right one. I'm going to go ahead and touch set. And I'm going to scoot it up. So I already have my hoop on, which means on my main edit page, if I move it, it will go all the way outside of my embroidery field. But if I touch embroidery, and if I move it here, layout, move, it will not go out of my embroidery field when I'm in my layout page. I'm going to go ahead and say okay. I'm going to go to this button where you go forward and backward stitches. I'm going to stitch from here. I already sprayed my fabric and I already sprayed my my background fabric and my batting. And so what color is it asking for? Which one is this? This one is, here we go. How's that view? Fine? Filler block 6. I mean, I say it and then the next thing I forget. The next moment I forget it. We're going to do 2 colors. Bubblegum and raspberry are the 2 colors. And it says bubblegum first, so I think that's the color we're going to be using first. What fabric is this? I have cobalt in. I'm just going to leave cobalt in right now. Who's here today? Give me a shout out. Who's joining us? I know there's so many of you that join and never say anything, so I don't know you're here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put my batting down. Bumpy side down. Less bumpy side up. Fabric. You want it to be an equal amount all the way around. You can give it a little push down. And then we're going to skip some steps. Miss Betty's here. Miss LaDonna. GC from Eugene. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and skip some steps. That blue up there is your placement for batting, tack down for batting, skip that. Placement for your background fabric, we're going to skip that, and we're going to do the tack down. And I'm going to leave the cobalt in there. Hi, Miss Lorraine. Miss Jen is here. Trudy. Okay, let's do our tack down. So every time Patrick and Kai go to Klamath Falls, I make that sound like they go all the time, which they don't. They always see eagles. They see bald eagles there. Do you just see them everywhere? Trudy, is it just like, are bald eagles like pigeons in Klamath Falls? Okay, now we're going to do the quilting. We're going to go bubblegum first, and then we're going to do raspberry. I'm not looking at messages right now, so I will look in just 1 second. I'm going to put in my bubblegum first. Miss Jen. It's Jen from Canada. I know. This is so weird back here, so sometimes I'll use, I thread it any which way I can. But it is kind of an awkward spot. Miss Donna. It's dinner time, Donna. Susan, you sent me an email. Miss Terry, Wanda. Angela, Renata, Julia. Oh, so cute. I like 2-color background quilting. Looks good. Somebody asked me what batting I use. I use Hobbs 80/20 because I am not a batting connoisseur. And it's kind of like, I call it the golden retriever of battings. It's just like a good all-around pleaser. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in raspberry. Raspberry beret. Here we go. And then we're going to move on and we're going to get started with our embroidery. And it's 2:34 here. We're going to stitch. So we have about an hour and a half of stitching that we're going to do. And then whatever we don't get done is going to be homework. So should we do like a harder block? Maybe we should do a block where you might have some questions. Let me look. I'm going to look in the book right now. Because the first one's pretty easy, right? It's just going to be straight up stitching. What do we have here? So the plan is, because what we're doing is we're doing section 1 so that you'll be able to have a whole section complete at the end of the week. And I know some of you start stitching and you can't stop. But this is, let's look at it together. I'm going to open that up. And then this is section, oh, it's so, you know what we should do? We should do the lace one because that's that one you might have questions on. So we have an hour and a half. So why don't we do Land That I Love first, and then we'll do the lace one. Because these, I think, will be pretty easy. These over here. Okay? All right. Let's go back. This one is done. We are done with our filler blocks. This one is pretty darn cute. I love it. Isn't that cute? And I love the 2 colors. So let's rehoop. We're going to go rehoop. And we're going to do, let's do Land That I Love so that we'll have a little applique block under our belt. And then after we do that, let's go ahead and do the lace one. I don't even know how we do the lace one. So it's going to be the blind leading the blind. Never done one of their lace blocks. It's the first time I've ever seen that. Okay, advance it up. And I'm going to cut this one off so there's no chance of that one getting turned under. Because that seems to be what I like to do. I'm like, oh, let's not check. And then let's have it wrap around and then stitch it down without any extra fabric. So you can't even fix it. Okay. Next block. Next block. Hello, Miss Christine. So it's just died down, but we had a pretty big windstorm here in Reno, and I think it blew off a bunch of our pine cones and pollen. Like Patrick and I were looking at all the pollen, so maybe, because I've never lived anywhere where the pollen's been as intense. But we're surrounded by pine trees, our house. Okay, I'm ready. Oh, I didn't even look. Oh, that goes in a bigger one. Guess what? Guess what? We're doing this one because I'm hooked up for it. We're going to do this. And then we're going to do the lace one. I'm going to look at the instructions while this one's stitching out. I think that was just meant to be. Stars and Florals, because I'm hooped up for Stars and Florals. So let's go over to the machine. I'm going to slide on my hoop. Let me get my fabric and my thread. Okay, what do we need for colors? Stars and Florals. I don't even know what the symbols mean. This looks like bubble gum. I think cobalt. What's rock navy? Rock navy. Da-da. Okay, yes. Cobalt is the stripy one. I think sea green. Yeah, it wants sea green. And it wants, what's the one with the stripe going down it? Cranberry. Okay, it wants cranberry. Is that it? That's it. We're just going to be stitching. Okay, and let's take out what we need. It looks like all we need is this piece of background fabric and your batting. I just want to make sure that that's right. Stars and yeah, that's it. All right, let's get started. I have raspberry in there. Oh, I almost just hit start, but you know what we have to do is we have to at least put in our design. Okay, let me move this. Let me get situated. All right. Let's come on over here. We're going to go ahead. Am I tilted? Let me go this way. All right. Let's go home. Did I miss anything on the screen last night? Oh, yeah. What did you think? Did you like doing the lace? And you're saying glue stick. All right. 83. I like a little suggestion from those that have already done it. Okay. I was just reading your comments. Let's go ahead. Let's load her up. What do we have here on our handy dandy spreadsheet? Stars and Florals. I know there's a little backlight right there. We're going to put our quilting design in first. Plaid 5 4x6. Oh, shoot. Did I even do that? Let's see. I don't even know if I loaded that design. So, embroidery. Plaid 5 4x6. I think I did. I think that's in here. I might have to do some design database transfer. I think this is it. Is that 4x6? Yeah, 4.5 by 6.5. When it's background quilting, it's a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and set that. And I'm already in my 5x7 hoop. And now we're going to load stars and florals. So we're going to add from my pocket. I just did design database transfer. I'm not even using a USB anymore. USBs are so 2024. Okay. It is this one right here. Go ahead and set it. It says centered. So we're going to leave it centered. I'm going to move this and nudge it up to save myself that inch of muslin, but I'm going to do it in the next page. So I'm going to go embroidery. Takes me to my layout page, or this page from which you stitch out. I'm going to go layout, move. Because my hoop is on, as you can see right here, my hoop is on. I can just go ahead and just move it all the way up. It's going to combine both designs. The beauty of the layout page is whatever you add in the previous page, it will turn it into one design. So I'm going to go ahead and nudge them all the way up, and we are ready to go. I'm going to say okay right here. I'm going to go to that button where I go forward and backward stitches, and I'm going to leave that raspberry in there, and we are going to go ahead and stitch our placement line for our batting first. And let's spray away. Spray away. Bumpy side up. Shape flex side up. And spray. You know what? I need to put this a little further back because that's the whole point, is so that the aerosol doesn't, the spray doesn't get all over your room. Those are sprayed. Back to our hoop. Let's put this down first. And we're going to put our fabric down. Center it. And I'm going to leave that raspberry in there for my tack down. Why not? Because we want a fussy cut to it, so you want a color that you can see. We're going to go ahead and skip some steps. So I'm going to come back over here. Let's say okay. And this is tack down for your batting. You don't need it because we cut it to size. That is placement for your background. We already put it down. We want to do the tack down of your background. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and say okay. Tickle your fabric. Make sure everything is laying nice and smooth. Don't get your finger in there. If you hear clicking, it's just these on the tops of my, on the bottom of my muslin. And now we're going to do our quilting stitch. And for Stars and Florals, it says cloud. It's a plaid, right? So it says clouds or magic mint. It should say cloud, then magic mint. So I'm going to put my cloud in first, which is going to be the light blue. And then magic mint. Oh, it's going to be so gorgeous. Look how beautiful that is. I love two-color background quilting. Cloud first. Hopefully I put that in right. And if not, you can always choose whatever you want to put in. These are suggestions. Yes, that is an awkward spot. So what I've been doing is I do this and I put my two fingers back here and bring it forward. Cloud first. Ready for, what's the one we're going to do? Land That I Love, and that's going to be in the 6x8. So I'm going to use the 7x12. Pop this up. This stabilizer is going to work. I'm going to put away my 8x12. My 8x12 used to be my favorite hoop. But now that I have my 7x12, that was my favorite hoop. Sorry, 8x12. You've been demoted. I'm going to cut these off. I'm going to leave the bottom ones. Okay, what color's next? The magic mint, please. Let me go ahead and change out my magic mint. Oh my goodness. Did that other embroidery fold under? Oh my God. Guess what? I didn't fluff it. How bad is it? Well, it's bad enough that I'm going to have to rip it out, and I'm going to rip it out now. All right, I might fall a little behind. Where is my, I didn't fluff. That's what happens when you don't fluff. So, And I'm just going to put it back in again. And let's just do this. This is, we sell a high seam ripper. This makes it so you don't have to get like every single individual stitch. And I'm glad I checked when I did. Was that my second color? Yes, I'm going to run them twice. That's all that's happening. Sorry, if you're going ahead of me, you can go ahead and do a bathroom break or something. And then this is a lesson on why you need to fluff. There we go. It wasn't a lot. It looks like it was just the top outline stitch, which you do need because we're going to fussy cut to that. And then a little bit of the top of the cloud. And did I put in the other color yet? I don't think I did. Okay. Fluff your fabric. There we go. I fluffed it. I'm going to put my raspberry in, and this is good because now you can learn how to go back steps, right? So I'm going to go here to my screen. I'm going to say okay, and I can go forward this way to the next step and back this way. So what we're looking for is we're looking for that outline stitch. That one is what we need. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to do the parts where I need it. How about this? Should we get rid of these threads that I don't need? No, let's get rid of them so they don't get stitched down and look like ick. Okay. That wasn't as bad as I thought. Yes, it wasn't as bad as it looked. It is what it is. Here we go. Let's fix this. And it was only that one color. I'm just going to let it stitch the whole thing. It's fine. Oh my goodness. Hang on a second. Something about the way it swept it. Okay, one more time. Oh, it's just one little itty bitty stitch. One little itty bitty stitch, but I'm going to be very mindful of that piece right now. I think it's because of the way my table sits, so I'm just going to watch that. All right, putting this in. Cloud first. Yeah, it's swept. It just got swept under there. It was that one little... That is the only bad thing about leaving your one embroidery on. That's why I always cut it and make sure there's no more than one now. And here we go. Whoops. Slide that on. Thread the needle. And I'm going to watch the very back with my little spatula. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to stop it there because I don't need to do all this bottom part right here. I'm going to go ahead and cut. And I'm going to fast forward because I think I can kind of catch it as I go. You're not going to be seeing, but I'm going to sit here, or maybe I could do this where you can see all of it. Can you see all of it if I do it like that? I'm just going to go ahead, hit plus 10, plus 10. Let's go. And I'm just going to hold down the plus 10. Do I have to? I just have to hit the plus 10s. Okay, we're headed down. I'm going to hit plus 100, plus 100, plus 100, plus 10, plus 10, plus 10. Are we headed up? Here we go. We're headed up. I'm just going to let it start. I'm going to go ahead and cut. I'm going to hit my plus 10s. Because I don't want to do all that stitching all over. It's kind of a fun little game. Oh my God, so much fun. Look how much fun we're having. Okay, I'm going to start here. I'm going to let it go up and down. And I'm going to stop it. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to hit my plus 10s on my screen. Okay, here we go. And that's going to be it. There we go. And I'm going to stop. So I'm going to cut. And now let's go ahead and go to our next step because we've done all the rest. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to advance to the next step. And now we're going to go ahead and put in our next color, which is going to be that it's Magic Mint. Let's put in Magic Mint. And I'm going to fluff that back and make sure he doesn't get folded under. And let's go. I'm just going to watch the back right here. Colors are so close, you can barely even tell that there's another color in there. We haven't even gotten to the embroidery yet. Okay, what's our first color in? After quilting, go to the embroidery instructions. We are going to put in cranberry. And let me go ahead and I think I'm just going to take this and like clip it or something. We're going to do something. Because I'm queen of forgetting. Next thing you know, we're going to be chatting. We're going to be having so much fun. I'm not going to be paying attention. Flipped, stitch down, rip it out. I opened my kit with the thread instead of Oh no! You got, wait a minute. So you got I will send it, will you email me and I'll pop one in the mail to you. That was, so instead of sea green, you got sea foam. No, you shouldn't have had a substitution. So, send me a note and I'll send you out the right color. I'm so sorry. So sea green, you should have gotten Magic Mint and then you should have gotten, where's my sea green? Sea green is that just really, really pretty green, which I'm not even seeing mine. So send me a note and I'll pop it in the mail to you. And I can't even find mine. Oh, here's mine. I'm watching that back. I'm watching it. So here is sea green. So you didn't get this, Miss Cindy? I'm so sorry. Send me a note and I'll pop this in the mail tomorrow. That's your sea green. How did that happen? Sea foam. I'm watching it in the back. Okay, good. Okay, yeah, this is sea green. It does. It looks like, it just looks like beauty in the form of a thread. Oh, that was my day yesterday, Cindy, but I didn't have the option of stopping. So I just muscled my way through. And I had to throw away some video, and that's okay. Sometimes we just have days like that. Okay, 9 minutes of stitching, so why don't we go hoop up? Although I'm watching, I'm just going to keep watching for that fabric. Just wants to kind of scoot underneath. All right, here we go. I'm going to cut off those two. It's one of those days. It's okay. We all have them. That's why you're with sympathetic ears, because we all have them. I like to cut from the back side so I can look and see between, because you never want to cut right on that stitch. You're going to press and you're going to fussy cut to that outer stitch. So, but all our filler blocks are done, which is fantastic. Okay, I'm checking. It's good still. Now we're going to hoop. I'm going to leave those two. Kai is having his first day of work today. Very excited. I hope he's doing a good job. He's like a child that cares almost too much, so I can't imagine that he's not. It looks so good. I don't know where all my magnets are. I might just be hooping this much for now. Because I don't know where, that's all we can do for the rest. Okay, we'll just wait. How much time do we have? Okay, there's probably about 4.5 minutes left. I'm so thirsty. I'm going to run upstairs and get something to drink. I know, risky. You're like risky behavior. I just clipped It should be okay. I don't think there'll be any curling. And I'm going to go grab a drink. I will be right back. I took the opportunity to go upstairs and stuff my face for just like 2.5 seconds. Oh, it looks so cute. This is a 26-minute block. Let me get the fabric for the next one, which we are, you know what we should do? The applique ones are going to be super easy. Let's do the lace one. Let me go and find that. I think that one goes into, what size is that? As long as it's big, because I'm hooped for the big one. Heart, horizontal lace. Oh, it's little. That's okay. I'm hooked for the big one. Land that I love. Land that I love. Yes, I'm singing for you. I'm singing. Land that I love. I'm sure your people that don't know me are like, the Sewalong's pretty good, but the singing is awful. Wait a minute. I should have that cut out already. How did that not get cut? I never did the heart. Traditional applique. I did all the scan and cut. Looks like I did all the scan and cut except for this. And I'm not going to set it all up now. So this is just going to be traditional applique going down. This is for land that I love. This is what you're going to need. You're going to need, this fabric is to die for, by the way. It is so sweet and beautiful. And then we need our batting. This is going to be the heart. I think we'll have time, right? We'll have time for land that I love. And then we will do the lace one. So this will be next. I'm already hooped and ready to go. It's going to go just like that. And then we will do the lace. What colors are we using for land that I love? I think the red square with a dot, what is that? That's raspberry. So we're going to be using raspberry and the blue with the stars, rock navy. Okay, raspberry, rock navy. Okay, what color is next? For this one, we want sea green. Sea green? Sea green, sea green. Oh, sea green, you're gorgeous. Somebody told me they didn't like this one because they didn't like the colors. But I love the colors. I like it. Well, I love traditional colors, but sometimes it's just fun to do something a little bit different. But I totally get it. I think I do like traditional colors like most. Wait till you see the fabric I'm getting. That's Christmas fabric from Hoffman. So gorgeous. Okay, here we go. Sea green. This is going to be a 10-minute stitch out, so just let it go. I'm just going to sit here and read my instructions for the lace block just to make sure I understand it, and that way I don't mess you up. Lace. I think I need my embellishment kit, huh? So there is actually a little prep work that we need to do. So let's do that. So here's the one that we're going to do. We're going to do the horizontal lace block. And you need lace piece 1 and 5, which is the outside pair. So let's go into our kit, our embellishment kit. Fun! I love doing new stuff. Well, that's a lie. You know I don't. But I do. I do, but I don't. And 1 and 5. 1 and 5 are the outside pair. So I think it's this bigger one that's more scallopy. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. 1 and 5. And it looks like you need a 7-inch piece. Do you have your little table connected on the back of... I do not have my little table. You know why I don't have my little... Well, because the little table goes... Where is the... I guess I should maybe have my little table. I did the video and then I forgot all about the little table. Your little block sits on that and it holds it up really nicely. Should I put my little table on? I don't even have my little table on. I don't know if it'll fit with my table on. Because doesn't it snap on? Okay, I'll have to look at it. Should put my little table on. Okay, this bottom one, that's the one that we're going to be putting on. And it looks like we need 2 7-inch pieces. 7-inch, 7-inch, 7-inch pieces. 2 of them. Momo. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm cutting that. I'm cutting it all the way down here. I don't know if you can see that. So let's go 7 inches. It kind of goes right in between. Let's do another one. 7 inches. Okay, there are my two 7-inch pieces. 7-inch, 7-inch. And then what does it want? Then it says lace piece 3 for the center, which is going to be this one right here. And that needs to be 7 inches. Okay, 7 inches. And then we need the other one, the one that we haven't used yet. So that's going to be the middle one. The middle one right here. Okay? This one, we need 7 inches of that, and we need 2 of those pieces. So again, I'm going to cut it down here. Mama, what are you crying about? I should use my rotary cutter. Which one do I use? Whichever one I can reach. That one just happens to be in the drawer right over here. Okay. So now I have all my pieces. What else do I need? Oh, wash away. We need 5x8 piece of wash away. So let me go and grab that. And then I think we're going to be ready. Wash away. Where is my wash away? Everything looks good. great. The next color is going to be next color. Cobalt. Cobalt is the next color up. And I can't find my wash away. It's, I'm sure, in a safe spot. You guys know all about that. We probably have, I'd say we're about 3/4 of the way through with the sea green. Safe place, where are you? Okay, get your cobalt ready. That's going to be next. I'm taking my lace and I'm putting it away because if I don't, I will put it somewhere safe. Okay, I'm going to put in cobalt next. I do not cut my thread and pull at the needle. I unthread the very top part. So I'll show you that at some point. And this is 2 minutes of stitching. And then the last color we'll put in is going to be going to be bubble gum. Is that bubble gum or is that? Yes, bubble gum is going to be next. Lace blocks. I'm excited about the frame blocks where you can put the pictures in, because I'm gonna put some cute pictures in mine. I think that's adorable. All right, let's put in our cobalt. Oh wait, sorry. I didn't even realize it did the cobalt. So I'm going to take out my cobalt and I'm going to put in my bubble gum. I missed that. I was thinking about Miss GC talking about the glue stick for the lace, and I was like, I don't know if I have glue stick. I have all sorts of adhesive. Let me see what I have. I can't imagine that I wouldn't have glue stick. I have Faced It from Roxanne's. I have, what is this? Stay tape. Oh, here we go. I got glue stick. Are we frozen? Nope. So I just found this. So I got this. This is from Sewalong. So I'll get this out. Thank you for the suggestion. But I still can't find my topper. And I gotta have my topper. Okay. That's it. We are done with this block. I'm going to slide it off. Whoop. Got caught right there. And let's see what we're doing next here. So we are going to be doing the lace block. I'm going to do the lace block next. Let's do that. And it is going to go into the, I think the lace block is, lace, 4x6. Quilt design is Stars 12. We're going to do that in bubble gum. I think bubble gum's actually up there. So let's take this out. Rough start, but we got through it. I'll have to like trim these threads. Nobody's gonna notice. Oh, look it. Did I not even put one on the bottom? I think I did. And we cut this one off. This one that wanted to get stitched down a couple of times. Let's take that one off. Let's rehoop. I think we're going to be involved with this one. And then after we do this one, we could do, was it Land That I Love? Where I didn't even do my heat and bond. I didn't even do my scan and cut heart. What's up with that? Okay. And I like to kind of run it down. A mess, I've made a mess. Okay, here we go. We're hooped up. Let's take this one so it doesn't get messed up. These are those little clips I got in Korea. Remember when I went to Japan, or I got them in Japan. Remember when I went and then the stores were all closed and I didn't know? That's another time I was so sad, and Patrick did such a good job of just making me feel okay. I just slid that onto my machine. So we're just rehooped with that. I have my lace all done. I wonder if I'm going to slide it out and then use my little glue stick right here. So I don't have my topper. So necessity is the mother of invention. What am I going to use instead? Maybe I'll use like some Mylar or something like that can rip away really easily. So we'll see. Let's go ahead. Before we do that, I'm going to take this over to the machine. What thread colors do we need? We need bubblegum and pearl. So here's pearl. Bubblegum's already at the machine. And let's go on over. What does it want me to do? So first of all, let's go ahead and put in our design. How's that? Can we see? Let me back it up just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to say okay. And from my handy dandy spreadsheet, it wants us to do, let me see, handy dandy spreadsheet. We're going to put in Stars 12 first. This is horizontal lace stripe block. Stars 12 and Stars 12 4x6. Ooh, did I load that design? I'm not positive. I might have to do design database transfer. How are we doing on time? We're good. Stars 12 4x6. That looks like Stars 12 and that looks like a 4x6. Let me see if that one's it. Set. That is it. I took this from something else. So I'm going to go edit, move. I'm going to center it. Because you want to center, bring it in centered. I brought in what I put in to do the filler block hoopings. So that is Stars 12. Is that Stars 12? Yeah. Yeah, that's Stars 12. Okay, let's add our design. So we're going to say okay. We're going to add, and now we're going to get the lace. What does that lace design look like? It looks like a bunch of stripes. I think this is it. So there's two, and I'm not sure which one is which. So let's look at our instructions a little bit more carefully. And we're going to do this one. Okay, one looks a little taller and one looks a little fatter. So this is the fatter one, I think. Yes, this is the taller looking one. So I'm going to load that one. centered. After quilting, go to the desired embroidery instructions. So we're going to go embroidery. Now my design is combined. Now I can go layout, move, and I can scoot it up. And we should be good. And then let's go here where we go forward and backward stitches. And we're going to do our placement line first. Bubblegum's already in there. I'm going to say, whoops, no, I'm going to go back to that. And I'm just going to go ahead and hit start. And while it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and spray my fabric and my batting. The glue may be enough to hold it if you raise your foot so it doesn't catch the lace and slow the speed. Oh, did Topper come in the kit? Wouldn't that be great? Probably not. Let me see. Kit. No! Ugh! I do have Heat Away, which I could use, but I don't know. Heat Away to me is like, I struggle with Heat Away. I don't know if you guys use it. You have to read the instructions when you use Heat Away because I thought it would want like the hottest temperature and it doesn't. I think it's like medium heat. And so I made a big old mess on my iron with the Heat Away and now I'm scared of it. So let's come back over here to our handy dandy spray area. And bumpy side up. I'm looking at mine right now. I think this is it. Bumpy side up. Fabric with shape flex side up. Let's go ahead and spray. And we're going to go ahead and put our batting down. Cut to size. We cut this to size. And then we're going to put the fabric down. And the fabric we're going to center to the batting. And that feels good. I'm going to go ahead and press it down. Now let's look at our instructions. And it says, what does it say? Align the blocks. Let's do our quilting. And it wants it in bubblegum. I'm going to leave the bubblegum in. Usually I change it, but it's a little bit darker than this. It's a little bit darker than the fabric, so I think we're going to be able to see it. We do have to do some stuff here on the screen, so we need to get out of here. I'm going to say okay. And I am going to go forward because this is tacked down for the batting. We don't need that. Placement for the background, we don't need that, but we do need this. That's tacked down for the background. So we need that one, and then we will do our quilting stitch too. Fluff it, tickle it, make sure that fabric's not curling. Okay, I'm going to leave that same color in for the quilting stitch. So mine is a photo, like I did mine, I printed mine from online, and my picture's not that great. I'm hoping I can figure out what it means by the cording line. We're going to put pearl in next, and then we're going to stitch the lace placement lines. Mary, I don't like the heat away either. I'm not good at it. GC, you might need to walk me, you might have to walk me through this. I don't know if my picture is good enough. I'm not sure which line is my cording line. Oh my god, look how funny you guys are talking about lug nuts. Honestly, I don't think I can even tell you what a lug nut is. Maybe, like from, I have changed a tire. I have actually done that. Okay, now it wants us to put in the pearl, and we're going to stitch the lace placement line. So I'm going to go ahead and take out my bubble gum and put in my pearl. And I had to get like, whatever, is it like, not a crowbar, but whatever comes in your card. And I got it on maybe the lug nut, and then I used my foot. I had to like step on it with my foot. I'd be like terrified if I had to change my tire now. That's how helpless I am. I think I could figure it out, but maybe not. I used to check my oil and do all of that. Oh, I was watching this, it was like a reel, like a TikTok kind of thing. And it was a dad talking to his daughter, and he goes, I'm going to give you some terms from the 80s. And one of them was collect call. And what were the other ones? They were really, it was a Rolodex, collect call, and there was one more. Which, it was just so funny because, you know, we grew up with all that stuff, and our kids have no idea what my Kai didn't know what any of it was. So for my picture, I'm not sure how to lay it down. Oh, you know what? Let's look online. And let me see if the picture is better for me. Star Spangled Beauty. Oh, Mama wants to come in. What page is this? 34. Okay, we've got our lines. I think, okay, let's look at this really quickly. Hang on just a second. Come on, buddy, inside. Come on. Poppy, come. Okay, the cording line. So, hang on a second. Let me grab, oh, get down, pups. The cording line. I'm going to come over here and see if we can figure this out. But, done. And should we do this one? Okay, let's see what we can figure out here. The center one will be easy to put down, right? The center one will be easy. Okay, here we go. This is our center one. So we can use a little glue stick and we can just like put this down. So that one should be easy. This one, the cording line is easy because it's going to be, it's just going to be like, let me get back to you guys too. It's going to be this, like right here along the top. That's going to be the cording line, is what the gist that I'm getting from what I'm seeing. If you guys disagree, tell me, because I need your help to confirm. So right here is the cording line where I'm like resting or I'm dragging this apart or top. This thing, I'm not sure which part of this is going to be the cording line. I wonder if it's going to just be, if we should just do it right here down the center of this, like where I'm laying down my my pointer thing. How about that? Does that work? If that's our cording line and laying it down like that? Okay. So I think that's what's going to work, is that we'll just lay it down just like this. All right. Now that we're agreed, are we agreed? Let's go ahead and we're going to put this on. And I think it is going to make sense for us to use some glue stick to get it to stick. And I'm going to let me look at my instructions one more time too, to make sure that these make sense as well. All right, so how about a nice flat area too? Let's put this over here. So stitch the lace placement line. Center the lace piece 3 along the center. So that one's going to be super easy. Tape the top and bottom to prevent shifting while stitching. So let me get my hoop. Here we go. Okay, first one's going to be easy. Let's get my little glue stick. I am a sprayer, but we'll do glue stick right now too. Here we go. Down the center. Ooh, he's kind of chunky blue. Right down the center. Oh, he's shifting. Oh, and let's go a little bit above and a little bit below. And is there a top or a bottom of this? Yeah, no, I don't think there is. You know what I feel like I need? I feel like I need spray. Hang on. I must spray that. Ganol KK100 is just the best. It's the best. It's the best. It's the best. I feel like my glue stick wasn't like sticking as well as I wanted it to stick. And my KK. I don't know if that's sticking either. But let's go and get a little bit of tape too, and we're going to tape the top and the bottom. Tape! Oh my God, where is the tape? Hang on. Where's my basket? Where's my basket? I've lost so many rolls of tape to Poppy. She loves them. She likes to chew on them. Transport is my jam because it is sticky and it rips so nicely. Okay, there's one. Now that we have that one down, now it says align lace piece 2 and 4 cording with the placement line with the scallop towards the center. So 2 and 4. Are those the next two? Yeah, so 2 and 4 are these. So do you see how you have one? Let's make sure these are 2 and 4. Yes, these are 2 and 4, and these go on the outside. This is 1, and I don't know where the other one is, but we'll find it. Oh, here it is. These go on the outside. You want the lace facing in. I'm going to give these a shot of spray. Spray, spray, spray. I don't know if they have a right side or a wrong side, so let's look at it. Is there a right side or a wrong side? Not sure. Sprayed the heck out of it. And then we want to line this up. That seems like too close. I'm going to put it out a little bit because it seems too close. I don't like it. It's like overlapping if I put it right on there. I'll put that down. Let me put this down and see where this goes. Did you find that? GC, when you lay the lace down, you will find that the lace strips almost touch each other. Okay, I'm okay with almost touching. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to look at the line that it wants you to put it on. I'm looking at almost touching. Otherwise, it's like overlapping. So I'm doing almost touching. That's my jam. And I'm going to do glue stick too. I'm finding neither are sticking really well. Oh, look at how chunky that is. That's not good. I think it dries clear though. I'm going to focus on almost touching, but not quite touching. Almost, but not quite. Almost, but not quite. The hens are saying hello. Almost touching. Hello, henny hens. GC, I'm so glad you're here and you did this before us. Okay, I'm going to put the next one down. And again, we want almost touching. I'm going to do glue stick. And you know the other thing we could do is we could do steam a seam. And that means it would totally stay down. I don't want that edge is going to get sewn in. Is it supposed to get sewn in? Honestly, I have no idea how they did it without that getting sewn in. Because mine is touching. What am I doing wrong? Do I have giant pieces? Are my pieces giant? Who else is doing this? Literally, mine are like touching and then this edge is going to get sewn in. Is that wrong? I want to look. I'm going to look. No, theirs are not sewn in. Because I'm like not within that, I've got to be touching more. I've got to be even further down. Mine is going to be touching. Or else that last one is going to be up and over the edge. Look at that big mess I made over here. I'm overlapping in the picture there. But like, But they're not. Like, if you look at the picture, right? There's space in between. Like, maybe here. But for me to make this work, I have to have it actually overlapping. Or else the last one's going to get sewn in. So, I'm moving it down. I am more than overlapping. Yeah, I've got to move it. But I don't want that last one to, I don't want the last one to get sewn into the, yeah, we are overlapping. That's okay, right? Okay, this one I'm moving down, and that is overlapping. But I think that's okay. Here we go. All right. Because you can see there's like bunch of, like the outer one, there's a bunch of space. But no, you are going to be touching. Otherwise, this scallop is going to get sewn in when you piece it together. And I don't think you want that. So we are overlapping in a big way. And then this top one is like touching. And that's okay. I think it's going to look great. But there won't be dead space in between, which is what you see in the picture. You see some dead space between these two. Did I spray this one? Yes, that was a healthy spray that you heard. There we go. Looks good. Good enough. Yeah, I think I'm going to go super slow. Maybe I'll put my foot height up a little bit. I did not find any topper, so I'm just going to load it in, and we're going to just keep our fingers crossed that it works for us. Now that I have all that glued and taped, it says, align, cover the lace block with wash away tape, tapping, tape in place. And then it's going to stitch. Where's the stitching? Stitching is going to go straight down. So I'm going to be starting and stopping and just being super careful. That's what I'm going to be doing. Where is my, we're done with this. We're going to go back over here. Up and down is going to be fine. Side to side, that's where it's going to catch. That is where I have to be most careful. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. I got my pearl in. Okay, here we go. So, I'm going to keep my finger on the start stop button, or actually, let's go really slow too. So, most of the time, I go at 1,000 stitches per minute. I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to go all the way down to the slowest speed, 350. Okay, and let's come back over here. And I think where we really need to be careful is when it goes across, and I'm just going to stop it. Nice and slow. And then when it gets down here, I'm just going to hit stop. Which way is it going now? Is it going across? I'm just holding the start stop button. What that's going to do is that's going to make sure, do you see how I'm holding it right here? Then, oh, it's just going right back up again. Okay, back up. We don't have to go too slowly for. All right. Looks okay. Just want to pull. That was okay. Now it should go down the centerpiece. Spatula! No fingers. It's a little swirly. Good thing I moved the cording to right where the stitch goes, because it does go in that one spot. So I'm going to put my finger on the start stop just in case. Looks like we're okay, but I am worried about this. So you do have to get it right on that line. I'm not finding the topper being an issue. So we seem to be okay in terms of topper. This one, got to make sure he's underneath the foot or he'll just pull right back. This one is one you might want to reach in with your fingers. Don't do that. No reaching in with your fingers. Have something. Like this is, ooh, here, gotta be careful of that. And this. That was where you really have to be careful. And then coming back this way. That's where the foot scoops stuff. We're gonna have to watch it down here at the bottom. Coming this way is going to be fine. Got to watch this one and this one. So maybe really just a piece of tape all the way along this might be good. Uh-oh. Did you see that? It's okay. I'm going to push him down. He's going to get pushed down the other way. What? Color ribbon? I'm supposed to put color ribbon on this. Did I miss something? Oops. Color ribbon, color ribbon. I am just looking at my instructions. And wash away. Stitch the lace, tack down, and basting lines. Do not trim the lace at this time. Stitch the trimming guides. So now we want to stitch the trimming guides. The little eyeball means a color that you can see. Tear away excess topping. So, a color that you can see. Step 3, right here. Oh, right here. There's a little bit right here and a little bit right here. So let's go ahead and put in a color we can see. How about we put in raspberry? Or, yes, I'll put in raspberry. Where is it? I'll put in sea green. I'm going to put in sea green. What is the tool that you're using? So we sell, it's made by Tooltron. We have them on our website, and it's I have 2 sets. One is the one that has like the pointer. It's the probe set, and the other one's called the spatula set. So this comes in the spatula set. It comes with 4 different ones, and I feel like It is so worth every single penny because anytime I want to reach my finger in, I don't do it. I use this. So, and then the other one has the little, the probe set looks like this. It looks like dental tools. And then the spatula set looks like this, and it has different shaped spatulas on them. And I love them both, and I couldn't live without them. Can you guys be quiet? Whoa, Momo, you okay? Whoops. Sorry. Oh, my camera. You knocked my camera down. That's what happened. This is why I cannot do anything in here, because Poppy likes to sit up on my bench, and then, oh, yes. Yes, you go, girl. Yes, you go, girl. Okay. All right. We finished that. Yes, we did. And look, it's 4:05. I know I wanted to do a couple more blocks, but I think we're going to be ending here, and I'm going to be doing the rest for homework because we actually have guests coming over for dinner. So that is a different block. Yeah, there is another block that has ribbons on it. I'm going to leave this right here, Poppy. And then let's talk about what you guys are going to be doing for your homework. So we got through all of our filler blocks. Good job, guys. Filler blocks. We did Stars and Florals, and we did the horizontal lace. So for homework, you guys are going to be doing Land That I Love, parts 1, parts 2. That's it. That's going to be your homework, but you also are responsible, and I will do the whole thing, and I will film the whole thing, but you're going to be responsible for pressing, trimming, and sewing together section 1. So this is what I want you to have done next time we get together. Next time we get together will be Monday. Next Monday, I think. I have to look at the calendar, but I think everything looks good, and we're going to be doing next Monday. Next Monday, what we're going to be responsible for is we are going to stitch out, and we'll only do one of these. Like, we'll do one of the pointed stars, but, oh, I will be doing this one. So this one right here, which is the flag, I'm going to piece that on the sewing machine. I'm not doing that in the hoop because the instructions were just so complicated. So how I'm going to do it is I'm going to stitch this one to this one, these two small stripes. I'm going to stitch those two small stripes to the blue part right here. I'm going to stitch this one, the long stripe to the long stripe, and I'm going to stitch that to the top section. And then I will go ahead and quilt it. So I'll do a video doing that. We're already done with these two filler blocks. Those are already done. All of these filler blocks are done. We'll do one of these. So when we get together, this filler block is done. We were really only going to be doing 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do one of these for sure. We'll do one of these. We'll do one of these. And then I might pre-record and do some of the easier ones. Like I'll do America the Beautiful. I will piece that. So it'll be a combination, but next week our goal is to do section 2 and 3. How's that sound? Sound good? Thank you so much for joining me. I'm actually probably going to keep stitching while I cook because I got to do some cooking for our guests. And I will do some of these beforehand. I will post them as I go. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next Monday. Bye, guys.